Good afternoon all. Andrew, Riddler Reptiles, and Aya. So, I've had a few requests recently asking for updates on the ponds, because over this year we've built a smaller raised wooden koi pond in my bedroom, my back garden, and that was to temporarily house my dad's Japanese koi whilst they moved closer to us and we could build him a pond, which we did that as well out of railway sleepers. I also did a nature pond, which... Now, I've got good news and I've got bad news. Let's start with the bad news. This is all rainwater, because for those of you living in the UK, you know. For those of you who don't live in the UK, it likes to rain over here a lot. So whilst I emptied this to get the fish out and transfer them to their new pond at my dad's house, which if you saw the video you would have seen that, but you'll see in this video as well, it's now full of rainwater. So it's almost like a second nature pond at the minute, to be fair. I'm not going to empty it right now, there's no point, but this is how we're looking. As you can see, me being fairly lazy, it's not moved much since I transferred the last fish. Filters are off, net is off, pump is still in there, and it's just green boggy water. Oh, and I never finished painting it as well, so that's good. But this, my friends, is how the initial pond is the initial pond is looking. Now, there's still a lot of potential, to be fair. To be fair, it's too small for adult Japanese koi. It is. Now, we might be reviving this pond next year. It won't be this year, but next year we might be reviving this pond. It depends on a couple of things, but you don't need to worry about that just yet. If we do, we're going to add an overflow, a skimmer, reinforce it that little bit more, because obviously it did start bowing a little while ago, as you saw from, if you are not new to my channel, you will have seen that video as well. If you are new to my channel, welcome. So we will reinforce it that little bit more and get some baby Japanese koi, or maybe not babies, but sort of smaller than adult size, just so that we can grow them on, and when they get too big they can go to my dad's pond, which you will see in this video shortly. So that is how the initial pond is looking. It's looking very sad, to be fair, but it was temporary housing whilst fish were being brought down from London. So there's that. I guess technically speaking, there's now two bits of good news. So let's get on to the first bit of good news, which is the nature pond. Now, future me, insert photo of how this pond looked when I first set it up. And this, a few months later, is how we are looking. These African daisies have exploded and I adore them. I literally bought them from, I think there was maybe 3 or 4 buds on them, and well, now look, Canna Lily has been chewed up, which is a shame, but hopefully it bounces back next year. Now, there are weeds around the side as well, but this is a nature pond, so I will leave it. We have some lovely red flowers growing in here. I can't remember what they're called, but they're from that bush there. This is nice. This is very nice. I forget the word for it, or the name for it, and it's also quite a difficult one to pronounce, but it's very nice. Apparently it's only one that flowers like this in October, so I think it's got like a special Halloween pumpkin name of some sort, but they are cool. And obviously when they're not flowered, they've got nice long leafy grassy leaves. What do you want from me? I'm not I'm not Alan Titchmarsh, leave me alone. What else? That fern is still doing absolutely beautifully, considering I moved it from over there. Literally dug it up and put it next to the nature pond, and it's doing beautifully. That plant, again, I don't know what it's called, but it really does suit being next to the nature pond. A little bug hotel. Good girl, Aya. Sorry, she's going for a wee in her pen. We've got the bulrush, the iris, the The water lettuce, which started off as one plant and as you can see has exploded into many. Watercress. And for those of you that don't know, and this was something that I saw online, this wasn't obviously anything of my doing, you can go into your local Tesco, Asda, Sainsbury, or whatever, wherever you are in the world, because this doesn't just reach people in the UK. Buy a bag of watercress, literally just off the shelf in the veg section. Wang it in the water, and this happens. And again, the more plants in the water, the better quality your water will be. Now, yes, I do have some blanket algae in here at the minute. That's fine. But like I say, to be fair, what's all of that? I'm not sure. I think it's just the blanket algae. But to be fair, these ponds, especially the nature ponds, do take a bit of time to reach sort of, you know, that happy medium, equilibrium sort of water quality. So it's a balance at the minute, and it's only been set up for, I don't know, 8 months maybe, and it's about to go into its first winter. So of course it's not going to look brilliant, but we're getting there. We have seen life in this pond. We've seen some newts, we've seen some of the little water skater things, water beetles, and hopefully next year maybe we'll even get some frogs. I want to open up this garden to nature. That's why I built it, because it's gonna attract wildlife, you know, and then it'll attract slugs, which will attract hedgehogs, which hopefully we've got some safe spaces for them to hibernate and things like that. I want this to be a place where nature can thrive, because 2024 for me wasn't a very good year seeing butterflies and bees. I really didn't see many. Now, I don't know if that's just because I had a lot of other stuff going on and I wasn't actively searching for them, but I didn't notice them, if that makes sense. Take from that what you will, or call me an idiot and say that there were loads. I don't know, I didn't see many. So essentially that's what I'm hoping to achieve. To be fair, that's our little blueberry bush, which did beautifully this year. Got a lovely little harvest of blueberries. I know this isn't nature pond related, but we've got our rhubarb that's growing, my little thing of rosemary that I'm going to hopefully propagate, and yeah, so this is the nature pond. I did put, as you saw in the video, potentially if you saw it, a Fatsia japonica in the back, which was doing really well until the slugs got to it. Also planted some wildflower seeds, which didn't really take off this year. That was an echinacea. I don't know if it's going to come back next year or not, but we will see. But as you can see, still no water movement. I did have a little solar powered water fountain until Em ran over it with the lawnmower, so thanks Em. Now, it was pretty much broken anyway, but yeah, it's looking really good. I'm really happy with how this has turned out. But that, my friends, is the nature pond, which I'm really pleased with. It's looking really nice, and like I say, hopefully it's going to bring nature in. What are you eating? Why are you eating grass? Okay, little goat baby. Anyway, but yeah, so that's looking good. Now, I'm not going to see my dad's pond until tomorrow. Going around for some lunch, lovely, and I will show you the update on that one there. Let's hope for a little bit of nicer weather than this as well. But that, ladies and gents, is my garden, my current ponds, or lack of, and we will go momentarily on here to see the big build made of railway sleepers, and see how they're getting on, because I don't think all the filtration had been installed when we finished building it. So there's a lot to update you on, and some future plans. So yes, so see you in a second, shall we? And as you can see, different setting. Now let's get to the good news, shall we? Right, so as you can see, please excuse the baked beans on my shoulder. It's looking bloody marvellous. Nice little seating. Hello. Nice little seating area. Filtration's all up and running. The fish are happy. Job is a good one. However, let's get the mastermind behind this build to tell you about the filtration, because I don't know anything about it. I just helped build it. So, what we got?
Well, we've got 2 filters running this pond, 2 pumps. They're both RC filters. We've got also a double UV filter here. All in, I think it's the filtration can handle. It's about 55,000 litres. The actual pond is only 14,000 litres.
Oh, okay.
So it's more than enough. We've got 8 large fish in the pond.
At the minute.
Yeah. We have at the other end, you'll notice there's a surface skimmer, which is I forgot what's the name of the company. But it does a very nice job. There are leaves in the pond at the moment, but I cleaned it just a little while ago. Obviously, autumn time, leaves are falling all the time. But I clean the little bucket that comes out of the surface filter. Probably, well, at the moment I'm doing it once a day, but it will probably be twice a day soon.
Yeah.
I can show you how that works.
Here go the fish. Look at that, they look small in here now, don't they?
Yeah. So what I do is I pull this out. What happens, you've got a little basket. As you can see, it picks up debris. Just empty it every day. Just put it back. And then I don't have to use nets to clean the surface of the pond every day.
Perfect.
And of course, it's not just the leaves that it takes. There's dust, for instance. You'll notice on your ponds, you'll get like a dust layer sometimes.
Almost like a film of dust.
Yeah, so of course it deals with that as well. 2 pumps, like I said. For this skimmer, it has to be quite a powerful pump. So it's a 10,000 litre pump on that one, and on the other one it's an 8,000 litre.
Okay. Beautiful. It's looking good.
Build, of course, we've built the trellis, and we've got a huge wisteria going over it. As you can see, it's halfway across already. This time next year, it will cover the whole lot.
That's it.
No problems. It will cover the whole lot.
Beautiful.
And of course, a little shelter here. So in the summertime, we can sit in the sun under here when it's warm. And of course, if it's raining and it's warm, we can still sit out here.
Yeah. Beautiful. Was it corrugated metal or plastic?
Yeah, it's corrugated metal.
Beautiful. Nice. Yeah, getting wrapped up for the winter now, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Excellent. Beautiful. You happy with it?
Very happy with it.
Very.
As you can see, there's no movement in the actual walls. They've stayed solid. The way we've built them, using the 300 mil screws, 250s I should say.
Yeah.
250 mil screws, loads of them in there, all the way through, and of course the rebar going from this layer straight into the concrete.
That's it.
So that's done the job.
And future plans for the pond? What are your future plans? Water features, new fish, plants?
You may put a water feature. Fish, we're looking at buying some new fish next year. But of course, we're also planning another pond next year.
Yeah, we are.
What we're hoping will be around 100-foot long stream as well.
Yes. Quite literally, 100-foot stream. going pretty much round the garden.
No, just from top to bottom.
Oh, just from top to bottom.
Yeah.
That's going to be filmed, documented, everything. Is it going to be more of a nature pond, or are you going to put
Nature pond.
a nature
yeah,
pond?
It'll be a nature pond.
So it's going to be pretty impressive, and it's going to be one hell of a build. That lots of digging, but again, that's not going to be till next year.
Next year.
Yeah, but that's something to look forward to. So yes, you've seen my 2 ponds, the one that has been shut down that these guys were in, the nature pond, which as you saw is doing very well. As you can see, this one is doing beautifully. There are more fish to come next year. Have you got any particular fish in mind that you're going to get, do you reckon?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Which ones are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at a tancho.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind the tancho. And a sagi,
Yeah.
which I lost, and I really loved that fish.
Yeah, he was lovely, he was.
Chagoy.
Yeah.
What else? Maybe a couple more kahakus. Yeah, that sort of thing.
Perfect. Perfect. Excellent. What about another sturgeon?
I don't know if I'll get another sturgeon. That's something that we can look at in the future.
Yeah. That was a shame that one was lost.
Yeah.
But how old was he in the end?
What's that?
How old was he in the end?
Only about 7, 8 years.
Oh, was it? Oh, right, okay.
But he was 2.5 feet long.
Yeah, he was.
You know.
Yeah, it was a big fish.
He was never supposed to make it down to here, 3.5 hour journey, and yet he did. And he lived, what, a month and a half, 2 months?
No, and the rest.
And the rest.
Because we brought him down in March, and he
No,
survived.
before March, because we moved them March.
Oh yeah,
So we moved them
end of February. Yeah, end of February. He lasted until only about 3 months ago. So he lasted a good 3 or 4, maybe even 5 months.
So he was only a week away from being moved into this pond,
Such a shame.
and he died.
Yeah.
Such a shame.
R.I.P. Sturgeon.
Yes, yeah.
But the rest of them, absolutely no problems at all. Excellent. Beauties. And that, my friends, is the very sought after update that a few of you have been asking for. Update on how it's looking, update on potential future plans and future ponds. So you heard it here first. More fish going in this one, a nature pond in this garden with a 100-foot stream, which ain't bad really, is it? But as you can see, this one is
I've got a
doing...
little storage area here as well, if you wanted to put that in.
I want to see the quick storage area. Come on in, let's have a look. Go on in.
So we've got seating. You could put a cover on it. Just sit here.
Oh,
Bits
beautiful.
in there for when I'm cleaning, like the Hoover pipes and everything like that are all in there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Look at that. You wouldn't even know, would you?
And then we can just sit here and enjoy the fish as well.
Sit there and... Oh, there you go. That's the thumbnail, isn't it? That's got to be the thumbnail.
Yeah, fishy, fishy.
Yeah, they've all buggered off the other end, didn't they? Yeah. And that, my friends, is that. No, you're allowed in it as well. It's your pond. So that will do.
For now.
Yes, until probably next year now,
Next
innit?
year.
But for now, my friends, please like, comment, share, subscribe, all of the good stuff. See you in the next one. Peace out.
Good day.